Thanks a million, Emma. The subject of the jokes that I was sent in is doctors. So this guy goes to see his local GP. He hasn't been feeling well. He's in his 40s, this guy. He's living at home with his mother, quiet type of fella, doesn't get out much, you know yourself. And so he goes to see the GP, and the GP can't figure out what's wrong with him. He says, you don't really have signs and symptoms of anything in particular. What I'll do is I'll take a few blood tests, and I'll give you a shout in a few days when they come back, and we'll see how it goes. So a couple of days later anyway, the GP gives him a shout. He calls up and he says to him, you're going to have to sit down and brace yourself, because I've bad news for you. You're after contracting a rare form of AIDS called HIV 516. And the guy's shocked. He can't believe, and he says to him, he explains further that unlike normal AIDS, where you live on for years and get treatment, with HIV 516, you're going to be dead within a year and a half, tops. And the guy's devastated. And he goes home and he tells his mother. The two of them just start crying, and they're in the front room crying for like an hour. And in the end, anyway, the mother says, "Look, there's no point in us sitting here crying. You've only got a year to live. We should be living it up. So we'll how about we go down to the bingo hall? Two of them love bingo." So they went down to the bingo hall in Crumlin, and the whole night long, every number that was called out, he had it. He won every line, every house, spot prize, the whole shebang, everything. And the whole night long, people are looking at him. It's just unreal. So at the end of the night, anyway, the bingo caller comes down to me. He says, I've been a bingo caller for 20 years. I've never seen anything like it. You must be the luckiest man alive. And the guy said, me, lucky? I have HIV 516. And the bingo caller says, I don't believe it. You have to win the fucking raffle as well. The second one I got for you, there's an old guy in hospital years ago now, before the internet and all this, and he's in a ward by himself, and he's bored shitless, right? And after about a week, they wheel in another guy who's just after an operation, so he's asleep, and they put him in beside him, and he's delighted. He's now finally got company, So after a few hours anyway, the other old guy wakes up, and your man looks over at him, and he waves, and the guy waves back, and they're nodding at each other, and the guy goes, Bill. And the other guy goes, Tom. So they nod and smile at each other, and after another while the guy goes, Wicklow. And the other guy nods, Dublin. And they nod and smile at each other, and after another while he goes, Cancer. And the other guy goes, Sagittarius. Before I go, my time is nearly up. I want to leave you on one or two of my dad jokes. My doctor, I said to the doctor who circumcised me, will everything be all right? He said, everything will be just fine down there. Sorry for cutting you short. Lovely fella though, I left him a tip. Okay, anyway, foreskin jokes, better put back on them. So and as well as that, my local GP, I had to go see him recently. He told me to bring in a stool sample. And I didn't have it in me, literally. So my friend Joe helped me out there. So I just want to say a big shout out to Joe. You did me a solid. And I will leave you on that. And over to you, Steve.